Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I worshipped our teacher, uh, Goswami Mahansa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, the Buddha's teaching is very beautiful, very clear about certain things, and it is always explain us how to overcome or how to escape from snare or trap of the Māra, and how someone can fall into it and where the Māra cannot reach. Regarding this, this Nivāpa sutta has been explained. Evam me sutang, thus I have heard, ekang samayang bhagava savathyang viharati jetavane anatha pindika sarame. Our Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi, the Jeta's monastery, which was donated by Anath Pindik. That time, Blessed One calls the assembly of monks, saying the bhikkhu, and the bhikkhus, they reply to the Blessed One, saying the Badanta. The Buddha says, Na bhikkhave nevapiko nivapang nivapati migajatanang. Because the sower does not sow seed for deer, thinking, what? Imang me nivapang nivuttang migajata paribunjanta digayuka vannavanto chirang digamattanang yapentunti. That may the deer enjoy this seed, be long-lived and beautiful. May they live long and prosper. So anyone who wanted to trap the deers, who want to catch them, when he plants something in his mind, it is not idea that may these deers eat this thing all and they live happily. No, there is a reason why he do. He says, he thinks like this, that when they will eat this, imang me nivapang nivuttang migajata anupakajjang muchita bhojanani bhunjanti. When this deer encroach on where I saw the seed, they will recklessly enjoy eating it. They will become indulgent, and then they will become negligent, and then I will do what I want to do with them on account of this seed. So when they are negligent or individual completely get trapped, when they forget everything, once they lose that thing, then I will catch them and I will use them for whatever I need. So now mostly people goes to the forest and they started to hunt. But there were time when deer catcher or the hunter want to catch outside of forest. He build some different field so they can come, they can eat, and he can catch them. So the Buddha says there are certain the deer herd, and one of the part from that herd come outside of the forest. They see this beautifully grown grass is there, the seeds are there, and they start to eat it. When they are eating, there is no different prey. There is no lion, there is no tiger, nothing is there. So they are very relaxed. And they start to recklessly enjoy this eating. And once they become intelligent, slowly they forget, okay, nothing is going to them. So they become negligent also. And once they are completely filled, fill their belly, they forget about that they have to run from it. But because of pramad, what happened? The catcher or the hunter catch them very easily. So the first herd is completely taken by hunter. Second herd comes to there. Second part of the herd that come, and they look at this entire grass is there properly planted. They saw it and they think the previous herd, they eat it, and because of that they become negligent, and the hunter were able to catch them. So we should stay away from it. And what they do, they enter into the forest. They are not coming outside the open area. They enter into the forest, and whatever they find there, they eat. But the grass is not always available. Why? When the summer comes, the pond, the lake, everything dries up. So there is less of water. There is less of grass. And because of they are not eating properly, they become thinner. Their strength is loosened up. Lastly, they think, now we are very thin. We have lost our energy. We have lost our strength. Let's come back to the forest, because now there is no food to eat. And they come outside of the forest where this grass has been planted by hunter. They come and they eat. As they eat, they are already weak. And when they eat, they fall into the trap of this hunter or the sower. And they will also unable to escape from sower. The second herd is trapped like that. Furthermore, the third herd comes. And what it does, when this herd comes, they think the first herd, the deer herd, the first herd, it come and immediately they started to devour this, or they started to eat this. And what happened? They were easily got caught by hunter. Second herd came and they were avoiding it. But lastly, they have to fall into sower's trap, and they were also captured. Now what we will do, we will hide ourselves. We will hide ourselves from where? We will eat the grass which is sower has planted, but immediately, with cautiously after that, we will hide ourselves. So they started to do that. They are not reckless at that moment, They enter, they eat, and they immediately run from there, hide themselves. The third herd is there. The sower sees, or sower look at that. Now no one is there to find. He tried to find them from here and there. It becomes very difficult. So sower and their people, what they do? They look at where these deers are entering in. They find out, okay, this is the place they are entering. So as the deer enters in this entire herd is entered into the grassland, they close the barricade everywhere. So now this deer herd cannot run anywhere. They are trapped there. So they hide there, and slowly, they will also get caught. So the third herd is also already caught. Then comes the fourth one. Fourth one sees they were hiding outside. They were entering in and coming out. We will do more properly. They hide themselves like no one can find them inside the grass. Fewer number. So they eat, they enjoy also, but they are very conscious about what they are, where they are, and they find themselves. And what happened? The hunter or the sower and their people unable to find them, looking for everywhere, unable to find them. Buddha says the fourth herd is the one that escape from this sower's trap. See, very shortcut, huh? The entire sutta explains about lot of things, and I make it very short. So when you read this sutta once again, you will see it's beautiful explained that every herd of this deer herd thinks about that what they previously done, and then now what we should do. The fourth herd, they will not fall into that. So they were the one who escaped from this sower's power. So the Buddha says, Upamakho me ayang bhikkhave kata athasa vinyapanaya, that I have made up this simile to make a point. See, this is this example this Buddha is giving. It happens, and we see that there are four kind of herds are there, and one who immediately fall into trap of sower, just looking at the grass, and they eat, they become indulgent and negligent also. They will easily get caught. Second herd is there who avoid it at first, very hard, strongly avoid it. But when they become weaker, they has to come back to that place, and they also fall into trap of sower. The third herd comes. They try to avoid themselves, but they are coming in and going out. Because of it, their path is there made. So the sower and his people, when the herd enters into that path, they close this and close everywhere. Cover up completely, put the not barn, like a boundary one and kind of way. So no one can enter or no one can escape. And in this way, the third herd also get caught in. But the fourth herd, they enter once and they become very aware of where they are. They avoid them by getting caught. They are eating, but at the same time, they keep mindfulness and they becomes able to escape from this source power. So Buddha says, this is the example what I have made to teach you the Dhamma. Athang chevatho atto nivāpotiko bhikkave panchanetang kamagunang adhivachanang. The seed, or the grass is there, which one? It is planted by sower. This grass, the seed is he has planted. It is the name, or it is a simile for Panchanetang, means 5 kinds of sensual pleasure or stimulation. So whatever we eat, 5 kinds of pleasure is, which pleasure it comes from eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body. These are the 5 sensual pleasure what we do. So everything comes in under it. When we see something beautiful, we watch something, and then we develop the desire to watch it again and again. We enjoy that. The pleasure comes from the eyes. We hear the sound, music, the melodies, and we get caught with it. So that is the pleasure which comes from the ear. By nose, the aroma, the good scent, or anything we delighted by when we smell and we delighted. That is the pleasure of nose. Then tongue, delicious, tasty. Like Manfred said, the noodles was delicious. So so that is. Remember, he ate it in previously, but now it is delicious. So that one is also. So that is come from the tongue. Everyone, I also enjoy a very delicious food. So it is. That is and from the body, whatever the tangibles, the touch with another human or another person, that touch, when it is pleasurable, we call it, that is sensual pleasure, the 5 sensual pleasure stimulations, the Buddha said. Nivāpa kotiko bhikkave Māra setang papimato adhivachanang. The sower who is planting this, who is going to catch them, that person, it is a term for Māra, the wicked one, who has planted this all things everywhere, that one. And third, Nevapika parisatiko bhikkhave Māra parisayeta adivachana. And the sower's helper is the term for Māra's assembly. There are 10 Māra Sena, 10 kinds of, and they are the helper of Māra. Furthermore, Buddha says, Migajatatiko bhikkhave samana brahmana metang adivachanam. And the deer is a term for ascetics and Brahmins. It is not just the Brahmins or kind of the birth Brahmins, but who has left the home, become a monks, and they are living in the society to get escape from this. When someone become a monk or someone leave their home, become homeless and practice the Dhamma, their idea, their intention is for what? To overcome this, all the sensual pleasure, to get rid of this and escape from the samsara. Liberation, it is their goal. But this 5 sensual pleasure becomes obstacle for them. So Buddha gave the example for them how to, who are these people. So the deer is similar or simile for ascetics and Brahmins or monks. Buddha elaborates entire things. Buddha says, Tatra bhikkhave patama samana brahmana. Now the first group of ascetic and Brahmins, Nivāpang nivuttang Mārasa amunicha lokamisani anupakhajjang muccita bhojanani bundisum. Encroached on where the seed and the worldly pleasure of the flesh were sown by Māra and recklessly enjoy eating it. What happened? This assembly, the people, Samana Brahmana, the ascetics, they enter into the cities, and all over whatever it is given, they take it by deliciously enjoying it. As they eat it, they become indulgent, they become negligent, and then Māra was able to do what he wanted with them. That happens. Like there are so many ascetics are there. We heard their name. It is not good. They come into the society, they take money, they take food, they abuse their powers, they abuse others. Lot of bad things they do. The purpose they become a monk or the purpose they become ascetics, it is completely defeated. Why? Because they are fallen into the power of Māra. The Māra is the one who has trapped them, caught them by giving all these pleasures. That is the first group of, or first assembly, or first group of ascetic and Brahmin, which will get caught by the Māra's power. They are totally failed to escape from this Māra's power. That's the first group. The second group that thinks, if I stay in the city, what will happen? I will be easily get caught up. So they run into the forest. They goes to in very deep forest where no people come, where no one is going to give them very pleasurable things. So what happened? They think that first people, they live in the city, and now they were become unable to escape from that Māra's power. We will go into the very deep forest. So they go into deep forest, and what they do? Whatever the available there, the roots, the fruits, tree fruits, or whatever they find into eat there, they eat. What happened? Slowly, when the when the summer comes, I think, yes, the month of summer, it becomes very difficult for them to eat the food what is they are finding. Now there is no grass, there is no water. Nothing is there in the mountains. They were eating very less food, whatever they are finding. When they go for the alms round, very few people are there. So they give very less energetic food, you know. So it is mentioned in the sutta, different kind of food is there. So even you read, you will find. They find it, and now they are unable to eat. So they enter into the city in the summertime. When they enter in the city, until now, they were trying to fall into the Mara's power, but now they have entered in the city. There is a delicious food, there is delicious sound, and everything is served there. Slowly, when they enter and they find out, okay, this is also comfortable life. At first, they have really thought that they can stop it. But when the condition comes, it becomes very difficult for them to avoid. And this ascetics, Samana Brahmana, they start to enjoy the food which is given into the cities or town. And they also become negligent, indulgent and negligent. And they also fall into the Mara's trap. That happened. We have seen a lot of monks in that way also. We have seen them. At first, when they were very young, at starting, they stay in the forest, they meditate, they do all these things. They live the harsh life. But slowly, the advantage comes. Slowly, they find out, okay. And once they taste something delicious, it becomes very difficult to escape from that. Like, simply, people who live into the town, very less resources are there. So how they were living, they live. But once they come into the city, the city becomes their another home. And when they find everything is comfortable there, everything is there. And then you ask them, okay, go and do the farming and stay in the village. It becomes hard to go back. Same way. Cities are growing and villages are getting lesser and lesser people, you know. So that is happened. In the same way here also, the Buddha explained, the Samana and Brahmana, the ascetics, when they come into the cities, they fall into the trap of Māra and become unable to escape. That is the second group of the Samana Brahmana or the ascetics. They will become unable to escape from the Mara smell. Third group thinks similar to the deer. What they do? We will live into the forest. We will come into the city. We will live into the forest. We will come into the city only to eat food. Only to eat food. And when they do that things, they think of previous ascetics also. Okay, that ascetics come into the city, these things, and he fall. Now he is no anymore. But we will try to avoid it. So we will live outside, but we will come here and we will eat and whatever we need, and we will go back to that place. Slowly they started to do that. But they will find in the city when they enter, there is a melodious voice is happening. Their mind runs there. Then they find there is a beautiful aroma of food is there. Their mind runs. Who will eat every day outside? Okay, come into the city and stay. So the third group also slowly fall into that. For the third group, here it is mentioned not only about food, but about the views. They were avoiding to fall into anything else, but they fall into the view. What kind of view they develop? That they were practicing a good life. Like nicely, they are staying at the forest or outside of the city. Whatever the small food, what they get, they are living, but they develop a different kind of mindset. And what is it? They develop the Mithya. What the Mithya they develop? They develop such views that Sassato Loko Itipi. This cosmos is eternal. you know. Asassato loko itipi. The cosmos is not eternal. Antava loko itipi. Cosmos is infinite. This cosmos is not infinite. So this way they develop the tang jivang tang sarira. The soul and the body are the one and the same. Or the soul is one thing and body is another thing. This kind of view still exists in this world, you know. Anyang jivang, anyang sarirang, itipi. So the body is different and this is different. Hoti tathagato parang marana itipi. Na hoti tathagato parang marana itipi. After death, the realized one still exists or no longer exist. Such a view people developed. Like, now why this view comes? It is not only for Tathagata, for enlightened being also. We live in this world that we want to exist somewhere continuously. Always we want to exist there. And for that existence, we write our names on the goods we offer to the temple. You have seen, oh, this fan is given by that person. They write it down for what? Okay, after my death, they will remember this. Such a way. And they put the tombstone is there. So they write it down there. Okay, beloved, this and this and this. And for what? So people will remember. No one does. No one does. Like in 50 years back, no one comes to their grave, no one visit. Slowly, the cemetery also, they change the tombstone. There is just existence, that's all. Memorable, but no one remember their name. But it is our nature to exist somewhere. But enlightenment, it completely liberates us from that moment. Completely liberate. But the view when someone is not liberated yet, what do you think? I want to exist somewhere. And for that, they develop view. Does the enlightened being exist in some place else? Or they does not exist? Like the eternal life as a Buddha has, they think of that. Or it does not exist. So such a view, they start to develop. Buddha exists or no longer exists. Such a view also. And Buddha never answered this question. Buddha says, these are the foolish question. Once you are liberated, you will understand that immediately. No need to answer that. So, this ascetics, these monks, they were avoiding to fall into the trap of this Māra, but they are caught into the different way. They are falling into the view. They develop such a view that becomes where the Māra's power can catch them. So, evaṁ yate bhikkhave tatiyapi samana brahmanana parimuchisum marasa iddhanubhava. Says, and that's how the third group of ascetics and Brahmins fail to get free from Māra's power. Similar to the deers. Tatra bhikkhave chatutha samana brahmana evaṁ samachintesu. So now, fourth group of the ascetic and Brahmins think this way. What they think? Oh, the first group have fall into the Māra's trap in this way. Second group also tried to avoid it, but they were also unable to escape from him. Third group were really, really good. They were really freed, but they have developed this view which were easy for the Māra to catch them, and really they fall into his trap. Now, what we should do? We should avoid all of these things. We will not do these things. So what they do? They start to avoid everything. They will become very conscious about all these things. They did not fall into the Māra's trap. and they escape from their smells. It is explained, repetition is lot of in the sutta. So all of things where when they eat, they are very mindful. When they whatever they do, they are very mindful of that. Then they are very aware that I will not take any different kind of mindset. So that is also there. In this way, ye yat agati marasa cha mara parisaya cha tatrasayang kappayinsu, where the Māra and his assembly cannot go, we will stay there. This way, they are free from Māras. So what is this? Tatrasayang kappeva amunivāpang nivuttang Mārasa amunicha lokamisani. So where the Māra does not hold, where the Māra cannot catch, they find this place and they stay there. By developing diligence, they escape from the Māra's now. Evam ite bhikkave chatutta samana brahmana parimunchisum Māra saibdha anubhava. And that's how the fourth group of ascetic and Brahmins got free from the Māra's power. It means totally not to fall into it. Like in this sutta, you will see the beautiful answer about the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Buddha said, Dveme bhikkhave anta pabbajitena na sevitabba. At first discourse, what the Buddha says? The ascetic or Brahmin should not practice this two path. First one is the very harsh condition, as the second group did. They went into that very strongly, they started to do very strongly. But lastly, they fall into the Māra snare. The first group, they're very enjoying, everything is enjoyable. So they were also get caught by that. Third group developed the wrong view. When the wrong view is there, the path is not clear. They will be circling, and at last they will fall. So this has happened. The fourth group was they practiced the middle path. They did not give up entirely into the Māra's catch. They eat, and they practice their own path. Here the Buddha explains, Katancha bhikkave agati Mārasa cha Māra parisaya cha. And where is that Māra and his assembly can't go? These monks, the fourth group, what they did, they reached to that destination where Māra cannot catch them, cannot find them. So the Buddha explained here, Ida bhikkave bhikkhu viviccheva kamehi viviccheya akusalehi dhammehi savitakkang savicharam vivekajang piti sukhang patamang jhanang upasampajya viharati. What the Buddha says? That this bhikkhu, they are in quiet seclusion, or secluded from the sensual pleasure, secluded from unskillful qualities, enters and remains in the first absorption, the first jhana he attains, which has a rapture, bliss born of seclusion, and while placing the mind and keeping it concentrated. So there is a thought process is happening like a loving kindness meditation has. Like in the breathing meditation also, you are observing your breath and you are mindfully observing it. So when that you enter in the first jhana, that is, when you enter in the first jhana, there Māra cannot catch us. That is the first jhana is the place. Ayang vucchati bhikkave bhikkhu andamakasi Māra. This is the call because who has blinded the Māra. If someone enters in the first jhana, in that moment, he has blinded the Māra. Māra cannot look at it. Apadang vadhitva Māra chakkung adassanangato papimato. Put out his eyes without the tress and gone where the wicked one cannot see. That is the first jhana. Furthermore, Buddha explained about all the second, third, and fourth jhanas. Good qualities is mentioned. The second jhana is that now the concentrating is still there, but the thought process has completely finishes. So that is the second jhana. There is a happiness, there is a bliss born from the immersion, and with the eternal clarity of mind is there. no thought process. That is the second jhana is there. There is also the Māra cannot catch. Third jhana is, furthermore, there is a happiness, the bliss is there, rapture is there, and viraga and upekha is there. The happiness, equanimity is there, mindfulness, awareness is there. That is the third jhana is there. In that time, whenever someone enters in third jhana, that person is also free from Māra smell at that moment. The fourth jhana is the previously, when the pleasure and pain is all disappear, the happiness and sadness is also vanish. Only remains the fourth absorption, without pleasure or pain, with the pure equanimity and mindfulness. That is the fourth jhana. So, when this person is absorbed in the fourth jhana, that is also, that person is also who has blinded the Māra. The Māra cannot catch. Supreme Buddha says, furthermore, the meditation technique goes beyond that. Here, all the Atta Samapatti, the 8 foundations of meditation has been mentioned here. Punacha parang bhikkave bhikkhu sabbaso rupa sanyanang samatikkama patiga sanyanang attangama nanata sanyanang amanasikara ananto akasoti akasanchayatanang upasampajya viharati. What? Furthermore, a bhikkhu going totally beyond preparation of perception of form, with the disappearance of perception of impingement, not focusing on perception of a diversity. So nothing is there. Everything is finished. So any kind of form and any kind of that, there is no perception of there. This entire sky is infinite. The space is infinite. Such a mindfulness that develops. It means in fourth jhana, the person is completely freed from, there is no happiness, and then now that this person doesn't have any thought process in the mind. Now his mind has become like a space. There is no thoughts. So the space is infinite. Such a mindfulness he has developed. Ananto akaso akasanchayatana upasampajya. That is the next jhana is there. There is a state come. Usually we do not preach this, because this kind of techniques, why not we preach? Because when someone learn that, when someone hear that, not learn, just hear that, next meditation, whenever he sit down, what his mind do? Okay, the space is infinite, space is infinite, space is infinite, and that person fall into just an illusion. It happens means whenever we teach this thing, whenever we mention this, okay, these are the way that someone practice Dhamma, automatically, after a couple of days, this person comes, oh Bhante, I think I am seeing the space is infinite now. They develop this kind of things. They don't know the first jhana, they don't know the second jhana, they don't know the third jhana, but they think, oh, now the space is infinite. Why? Because the mind play tricks. Because they have learned it, they have read it, and they are thinking, okay, I am sitting for meditation now. I'm set down for 1 hour. Let my mind think that this space is infinite, and they do. But it is not true form of the practice. After the fourth jhana, someone can develop up to that, because there is no another thought, there is no another thing, there is no worldly thing is holding them here. This body, this mind is totally free from this all worldly things in the fourth jhana. Now the mind has goes little bit more above. So this thought comes. So be very conscious when you learn these terms of the meditation. Buddha says, when someone develop that kind of meditation, he is also on that time has blinded the Māra. The Māra cannot got him. Furthermore, punacha parang bhikkave bhikkhu sabbaso akasanchayatanang samatikkama anantang viññānanti viññānanchayatanang upasampajya viharati. What? Furthermore, a bhikkhu going totally beyond the dimension of infinite space, aware that consciousness is infinite. Now, what is he? The space is infinite. The world goes long and long now. But who is observing it? That is the consciousness. So consciousness is more beyond that. So everything in cosmos is all about consciousness. Such a mindfulness he has developed. That mindfulness is also called Vijnananchayatanam. That mindfulness is called Vijnananchayatanam. When the someone enters in that mindfulness, enters in that jhana, that is also, this is also called the bhikkhu who has blinded the Māra. Furthermore, punacha parang bhikkave sabbaso vijnananchayatanam samatikkamma natti kinchiti akinchayatanam upasampajya viharati. Furthermore, when the bhikkhu is practicing meditation, beyond the dimension of infinite consciousness, aware that there is nothing at all. There is nothing at all. That thought also comes. That is also one space of meditation. Like there is nothing to observe in this world. Shunyavad, the everything is zero. Nothing is there. Empty. Everything is empty. So emptiness, that is the meditation of this. It is comes before the enlightenment. Emptiness. Lot of people stuck into that also. Ascetics, like in 80s or 90s, in that time of period, so many teachers or preachers, they have taught this. Okay, everything is empty. Practice that kind of meditation. They did. But that is also one. So someone enters in that meditation, they are also blinded the Māra. And the last one, punacha parang bhikkave bhikkhu sabbaso akinchayatanam samatikamma neva sanyana sanyayatanam upasampajya viharati. The last one is that the going totally beyond that dimension of nothingness, enters and remains in the dimension of neither perception or nor perception exists. So that emptiness is also watched by someone. So it is also doesn't exist and nothing is there. There is no perception at all. So completely zero. Even the knowing of that zero is also finishes from there. Buddha says that person is also blinded the Māra. When this practice is happening, punacha parang bhikkave sabbaso neva sanyana sanyayatanam samatikamma. Last meditation is sanya vedaita nirodham upasampaja viharati. Furthermore, Buddha says that this totally going beyond the dimension of neither perception nor non-perception enters and remains completely. Cessation of perception and feelings. Like all of the creation is happening of this body and everything, that also finishes from there. And having seen with wisdom, their defilements come to an end. All this meditation technique, one by one, and practice, they enters in the place where the source of this body or source of the journey of samsara, it is there. They find it and they get rid of it completely. Panyaya chasadisva asava parikhana huddhi. And having seen with wisdom, their defilement comes to an end. Ayang vucchati bhikkave bhikkhu andamakasi marang apadang vadhitva mara chakkung adassanangato papimato tinno loko visattikamti. Buddha says that this is called who has blinded the Māra, put out the eyes of without the tress, and gone where the wicked one cannot see, and they have crossed over clinging into the world. So they are enlightened, liberated completely. Buddha has taught this entire sutta to bhikkhus. In very short, if we see the simile, it is not about where you stay. You can stay in the city or you can stay in the forest. If you are aware that this 5 sensual pleasure is going to catch you, how to stay away from that? So as long as the person is practicing meditation, trying to get separated from this worldly form for time to time, like This monks also who is eating the food, they are also eating food, who is practicing the jhanas. They are also entering in the cities. They are also part of that. But still, they are separated from all these worldly things. And that is very important. So stay in the city, stay in this, enjoy everything. Or not enjoy, but utilize everything, but be separated from that. Do not let this thing overcome us. That is the teaching Buddha explained here. As you slowly, slowly develop the jhana, slowly, slowly develop this one thing, slowly, slowly, the knowledge also is gained. As the knowledge comes, the person see directly all the defilements is there. That person get rid of that and liberate himself from all the boundaries. Idam uvocha bhagava. As the Buddha explained this, Attamanate bhikkhu bhagavato bhasidam abhinandati. All the monks, they rejoice in the Buddha's teaching and they said sadhu sadhu to that. So this is beautiful, very simple sutta. It is very simple that you can read and you can understand. That much simple this sutta is. Nivāpa sutta. Everything, whatever we see surrounded with us, it's all about what the Māra has placed to catch. You know. So if we want to escape from it, then we have to be more mindful. So practice meditation, learn Dhamma, and try to overcome or go beyond the Māra's eyes. That is the teaching. So may this sutta be helpful for all of us to understand the meaning of Dhamma, and we may become able to escape from the Māra's eyes, and we may attain the enlightenment in this Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. If even in English, if you read, it takes more longer time than that. This whole sutta is, repetition again and again. So once you read it, you will enjoy the sutta more and more.
No, Devante, no question, but after the sutta finishes, I feel like we are all in danger at all times.
We are also the same. That is the thing. We are also same. Everyone, all the four groups, even we are monks, we are trying to escape from that, but we are still here. And that is the teaching of Buddha. What to do means once you have left the home, you have become, how to make balance in your life. That is the teaching here explained. Buddha says, like for the monks, there is one beautiful thing is mentioned in Dasadhamma Sutta, because in your whole life, you should practice for the Dhamma. When the time comes, so departed from this world, senior monk will come and ask you, Bhikkhu, what you have done in your life. You should not be silent. You should answer, Bhante, I did not do much, but I did this thing. Such an answer you could give. Be aware of that. It means practice for the fourth person. That is the
Yes.
teaching of, So it's a beautiful thing. We are enjoying. Still staying in this world, having these all things, but still we are focusing and slowly, slowly our life should go in that direction. Yes, Harry, you were asking.
Bante, can you wait just Bante, the
Yeah.
other thing also, I feel very bad for a lot of Buddhists. They
Hmm.
think that they are Buddhists and they are practicing Buddhism, but actually with all the wrong views going on in this whole world, with YouTube, so many online websites and stuff like that. And there might be some website that doesn't give right view or right teachings of the Buddha. And these people, they are reading and they think that they fall into that Bhante. That's what
Yeah.
it is. So because I have few friends too back home, we discussed Dhamma and I found out a lot of wrong views there, but they are so strongly holding into their view, Bhante. So it's very hard, Bhante. So according to this sutta, it's going to be the third category, Bhante. They are
Yes.
practicing, they are practitioners, and they are working very hard, but the teachings, the practice, the meditation method that they are practicing is totally apart from the sutta, Bante. So it's very sad, Bante, and it's hard to convert, like to help them, Bante, because they are already established in their wrong view, Bante.
Linda, same thing happened in Sri Lanka also. Like today, Sri Lankan people are talking about religion in beautiful way as a sutta, but before our teacher or before our teachers, a couple of means that era, they were not believing on the Four Noble Truths. They were thinking that Buddha's dispensation has finished. Now just we have to collect the merit and we have to go and we have to wait for another Buddha to come to realize Dhamma. Our teacher, who translated the entire Sutta Pitaka, give it to the very simple language. He give it to them. You know, like means even like 100 rupees, 150 rupees, 400 rupees. It's nothing is there. Like you go to the tea and 150 rupees you pay for. You know, in Sri Lanka, you go give 70 rupees, 150 rupees for tea just. In that cost, our teacher provided the Sutta Pitaka's book. Lot of monks were very angry, or a lot of people were against of our teacher, that why you giving this very simple language Sutta Pitaka, the value of the teaching will drop. Such a thing they made it. But now you see, yeah, like you uh, learning this all things from our teacher, because he took the effort for doing that. So means now entire Sri Lanka talks about suttas, and then all the credit goes to our teacher. No one can deny that. Even in Sri Lanka, many people may oppose him, but no one can oppose. And that is the beauty of teacher. We are fortunate. You, me, we are fortunate to have such a teacher in our life. So always guiding us, always guiding. We are not able to talk with him continuously, but what he taught us from there, definitely our life where we are leading this, listening sutta, like before, like 10 years before, you will not find any discourses on Dhamma which directly talks about suttas.
Yes.
Oh, monks teach the Dhamma, which help us to develop the faith in the Buddhas, that still the Dhamma exists. No one did. Our teacher were the one. And we are really, really fortunate. We may have collected a lot of good karma in past lives. So
Yeah.
we have found this Kalyana Mitta. And this is a precious moment for us. Once we are practicing, definitely we will achieve, means we will not go like here. I'm seeing this, like I'm doing this class for like more than 3 years now, like 3 years now I'm doing it. And I see the continuity of people. May some suttas not make sense, may not my teaching or understanding not make sense, but it's still holding us with the Dhamma. We are still standing there. Yes, we are doing these things. We may enjoy, we have our life and everything. But from all that thing, we are coming out, we are listening, we are discussing. These all things are taking us to one direction. So our direction has not spoiled yet. When we are passing away, we will not go empty-handed. That is, I'm assured of that. Maybe we go anywhere, doesn't matter. But all this, what we are doing, the effort we are taking today, it will give us the fruits, and that all credit goes to our teacher. You know? So always be reminded, this is the fortunate time we have means got, that our teacher is still here and who is continuously guiding us. Yes.
Yes, Bante. I totally agree, Bante. And many merit Bante for always there. Like for these past 3 years, Bante rarely miss a class. I mean, even Bante was sick, but they'll still conduct the class. So we truly rejoice in that. And thank you. Have gratefulness to Bante. Sadhu, sadhu.
Yes, Harry, you were asking something.
With that, Bante, sadhu sadhu, sharing merits to Bante. Bante, just to clarify one thing regarding the third group of monks, the view, Bante here explained the view. So it says in here from the sutta, the soul and the body are one and the same, or the soul is one thing, the body another. And then after that, realize one still exists, no longer exists. It's just like eternal life. But they said, so I'm thinking, is this something related to craving for existence?
Yes,
This is exactly craving for
exactly.
existence. So
Like,
that's,
see,
yeah, okay. Because the
it's
first,
interesting, Harry. Um, in Christianity or Islam also, it mentioned you bury your body, you
uh-huh,
bury, cemetery.
separate the
Why?
body.
When the day of judgment comes, the soul will take it from there. But as we have learned from the very childhood, this body decay in the body, nothing remains there. But
Uh-huh.
still they do. For what? Just because of the view they holding. So the
Oh.
existence is there. That's all. That's all.
Can it also said about
Mm.
self?
Yes.
Is also the self, right? I was still thinking, so this could be because the first two group of monks, they are more of craving in the sensual pleasures,
Yes.
right? But
And
this
the third
third
one
one
is
is the existence.
yes.
The fourth one is no craving at all. Okay.
Like in that third one is in Hinduism, it we find out
Hmm.
like we are in Hinduism, they are the strong belief of soul.
Oh, okay.
They say the soul is the eternal one. Soul is the one who changes the forms. Soul is the one who take the forms from different, get birth and die, get birth and die. That is the soul. So it is permanent existence. And it is come from directly from the higher being. It
Hmm.
is a particle of that. Even you passed away, even you liberated, this soul particle will go and add into that consciousness. So
Oh.
even you are liberated, you are existing there. Such a thing is that. That's why it is mentioned that the Tathagata lives here or not.
Mm-mm.
That view comes from there because their mind is when we liberated, our soul goes to the the Brahma who created this, the creator, and our soul attached with it. Means you exist in there also.
Oh,
So
I
does it exist or not? Such a view is there, and that's why people are trapped. You will see still like you will never find the people who leave their home for the become enlightened as much people live in India means thousands of people, millions of people. They have left their home. They are starving. They are doing all kind of difficult. They are doing all the difficult practices to liberate. But this third group they are coming to
Mhm.
because existence. It's very strong force. Even the Buddhist also. A couple of days I was teaching the one sutta, and I told. Uh, there will be nothing remains after that. And they were very shocked.
Mhm.
Bhante, then what will happen to us? Means when if we become liberated, if nothing remains, then what will happen? So immediately they make that sense. It is better to stay in the sansara.
Ah,
It, we exist somewhere.
yes,
That
existence. I see, understand. Thank you, Bante. Thank you, Bante. Many merits.
Bante, regarding the Hinduism idea of united with this
uh-huh.
Brahman, Bante, actually in Buddhism, I think in one sect, they have this to unite when they meditate. I asked my friend, what do you do? She says it's to unite with the whole universe. So she's
Yeah.
meditating, so she and the universe becomes one. So Bante, what do you think? This I feel like this is more like the Hinduism, right? You have to
Yeah. It is come
universe
from
is like
Mahayana.
the.
It is come from the Mahayana.
She said she sometimes feel it like she and the universe are one. I don't know how she experienced that, but
It's very easy for them to do. Like attending the first jhana is more harder than attaching ourselves with the universe. Why? Because that is the place of Mara.
mm,
That is the place of Mara we can see. And that's why very easily means you close your eyes and says, okay, I am attached with the conscious and everything. You forget you a couple of days later, you automatically you will see, ah, yes, I have attained that stage. There
mm,
is that. I have seen so many people mention says like that. What to do? Means no one is there to guide them.
Yeah.
And every religion has their own shop.
Bhante, no, she has a teacher, but the
Yes,
teaching
that's
is
what I'm saying.
that, like it comes from not from the scripture. They have a beautiful scripture explaining about this. Um, but they are not suttas, Bhante, unfortunately.
Not suttas. That's the thing. Why I've said, like, views are worst thing. Once we fall into the view, it's very difficult to come outside of it.
Difficult.
Very difficult.
Mm.
And we want immediate solutions.
Mm. That's the thing, Bhante.
And whatever tempting is, like, if you teach people, like we are doing, if we teach, okay, you can enjoy all the sensual pleasures, like, oh, sometimes for your pleasure you can kill, but not intentionally. Don't do that things. You can steal also, if it is not someone else's, or what you only require. So people will be very crazy. Okay, the Bhante is giving us permission to do all these things. When the time comes, you can have another partner also. If someone preaches, what happens slowly, slowly, or okay, you don't drink and get drunk, become drunk. Just drink only one cup of the every day, or one glass, and that is more than enough. If someone preach that, people will fall. Like, this class will be like tenfold now if we teach like this. Why? Because everyone need relaxation. Everyone needs something. Okay, escape from this all worldly things. And Bhante is giving permissions. Okay, it is a good set. And tomorrow we can build entire views. Like Osho, Rajneesh, he did that thing. He taught that, okay, meditate, but enjoy your entire life. Don't worry about, forget, no precepts is needed. Enjoy and just do the meditation, and people will crazy for him. So that happens. What we can say. It's okay. We'll see. Okay, so that's all for today. We all gather here today. We went refer to Triple Gem. We observe please precept. We meditate, and in this way we have collected a lot of good karma at this moment. We discuss upon some certain points in the Dhamma. By this also we have collected a lot of good karma. May all this good karma be helpful for or rejoice by all the deities in this world. We share this all the merit to all the deities, our protected deities also, who's protecting us, and they may have the long life, fortune, everything, and they may realize Dhamma in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with our departed relatives in this life, a long life of samsara, who are departed from us. We share this merit with them. They may become able to born into the good places, and they may become able to escape from this harsh journey of samsara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with our teacher, Lokuswami Hansa, all the monks in the monastery, all the nuns in the monastery, all the monks in this world, in this country and this world. We share this merit with all of them. By the power of this merit, they may have good life, they may have good practice, and they may become able to realize this Dhamma in this Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with all of you, all of your family members, relatives, friends, work colleagues. We share this merit with all of them. By the power of this merit, by the power of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, you may all have happy life, healthy life, long life. All the fortune comes your way. You may have association of noble friends continuously, and you may realize this Dhamma in this Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let's ask the forgiveness from Triple Gem. Kāyena vācā cittena pamadena maya katang acchayam kamame bhante bhuripanya tathāgata. Kāyena vācā cittena pamadena maya katang acchayam kamame dhamma sandittika kālika. Kāyena vācā cittena pamadena maya katang acchayam kamame sangha punyam kettang anuttarang. Sadhu. Bless you. Abhivadana Silis Nichang Vardha Pachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukhang Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Meva Chatto Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samichatu.
Oh, sorry, Bhante. Many merit for always there, guiding us in the Dhamma path. We would like to share merit with Bante, worship Bante, and ask for forgiveness. Okasa wandami Bante.
Sukhiyanto.
Maya katang punyang samina anumodi tambang.
Sadhu anmodami.
Samina katang punyang maihang datambang.
Sadhu anmodita.
Sadhu sadhu anumodami. Okasa dwaratena katang sabbang aceh kamatami Bante.
Kami kamita.
Okasa kamami Bante. Dutiyampi okasa kamami Bante. Tatiyampi okasa kamami Bante.
Sukhiyanto.
Thank you again and again, Bante.
Thank you,
Namo
Bante. Abuda, Teruan Saranay.
Everyone saranay. Thank you, Bante.
Everyone
Thank
saranay.
you, Bante.
Bante, sama nama padaya.
Very nice lecture. Thank you, Bante.
Many merits,
Namo
Bante.
Buddhaya
Namo Buddhaya.
Bante.